Hi, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Heather.
And we've got a Watergate scandal on our hands.
We're making Watergate cake.
Oh, it's just cake?
It's just cake.
I thought it was something else.
No, it's just cake.
I get to eat cake.
You get to eat cake. So for any of you who are going, what is Watergate cake? This is a recipe that my grandmother used to make for almost every gathering that we ever had. It was one of those cakes that always showed up. Everyone loved it. So I'm going to show you how to make it today. It's one of those retro recipes, hence the name Watergate cake. You can imagine about what time period that cake came from. So I'm going to show you how to make this. So this is a super easy cake to make, and it's kind of fun because it's green. So we're going to start with 1 white cake mix. And then we're going to put in a package of pistachio pudding. You have your egg whites and your oil. And then we're going to put in some chopped pecans. And then we're just going to mix that up until it's all nice and fluffy. I totally forgot something, and I can't believe I did it because this is a really important part. I forgot you need some 7-Up in this. So let me measure this out, and we'll go ahead and put it into the cake. So yeah, so that goes in there too, and that's one of those things that helps give it lift and help it raise really well. So we're gonna turn it back on again. All right, so we've mixed this really well for about 2 minutes, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like real quick. Because I think this was, look at it, it's green. I think that was what was so much fun about it when I was a kid, was that it was green cake with green frosting. So we're going to pour this into a greased and floured 9x13 pan. Now my grandmother always did it as a layer cake, but when we moved, I couldn't find my my pans for my layer cake to make layer cakes with. So we're just going to do it in a 9x13 pan. All right, we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven for 30 to 40 minutes, just until a toothpick comes out clean in the middle. All right, so we are going to make the frosting now. Now, my grandmother's recipe calls for something called Dream Whip. I remember her having it. It came in a little box, and there was 2 packages in a box. I can't find that anywhere. So we're gonna have to mess around a little bit with just some regular Cool Whip and the rest of the ingredients to get it to the right consistency. All right, so I'm gonna take my milk and pour it all over the counter, and then pour some of it into the bowl. And I'm gonna take another box of pistachio pudding, and we're gonna put that into the milk, and then we're gonna have to kind of go ahead and mix the pudding up and then figure out how much of the Cool Whip to put in it, because like I said, it originally was Dream Whip, and I can't find that anywhere anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and mix our pudding up. All right, so our pudding is mixed up. We've got it kind of just incorporated in with the milk, and we're gonna just start. I'm just gonna start putting stuff in until I think it's about the right consistency. Because, like I said, the original recipe called for something that was in a box, and I don't have that. So we're gonna just start with 2 pretty, maybe 3 pretty good size scoops of this stuff, because I like my icing really fluffy. And I already have that smell of my childhood. That pistachio pudding has a very distinct smell to it, and I love that smell. All right, so after about 35 minutes, my cake is done. So I pulled it out of the oven. I'm gonna let it cool, and then once we're done letting it cool, we're gonna put the frosting on it. All right, the cake is now all cooled off. It's nice and cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put the frosting on top. So there we go. It's all frosted now, and we're just gonna let this set in the refrigerator just for a little bit, maybe about like a half hour or so that everything just kind of stiffens up and stuff. So like your frosting is, when you cut into it, doesn't slide anywhere, which it shouldn't now, but just for the sake of making sure, go ahead and like put it in the refrigerator for about a half hour. The best part of cake making is you get to lick the bowl and the spatulas and the beaters and all of that kind of stuff. How's it taste, guys? All right, so that's it. That is Watergate cake with its green cake and green icing, and I'm going to give it a try and see if it tastes like I remember my grandmother making it. This reminds me of my childhood. This reminds me of every holiday I was ever at that my grandmother made this cake. It just, memories. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below. And more updates as we go. Bye.